Welcome back, everyone. My name is Alex Anthony. You're watching episode number 12 of Pokemon Today, where we focus on buying Pokemon cards at the best price possible. Modern, vintage, sealed, doesn't really matter. We are just in it to try and get the best deals for long-term, short-term, the whole bit. Today's going to be a little bit more long-term. You're going to see we're doing something a little different, something I'm really actually excited about. Got music today from Rifty Beats. I'm doing a little bit of Dragon Ball music today. I know that last time I did some Zelda music. I thought it'd be cool to switch it up again. One shout out real quick before we start is KittenCatAubrey. Go check out their YouTube. They just had a giveaway. I know that they're planning more. Really, they're planning one through myself. I'm going to be doing it very soon, recording it probably today or tomorrow, and that will be up very shortly. So look out for a giveaway. They just sent me a care package. I'm super excited to open it. It's going to be my next big giveaway. They are really awesome people. Go check out the channel. They do openings, mother-daughter combo. You'll love them. So if you don't know them yet, go check them out. And they also sell on TCG Player. So if you're looking for some singles, sealed product, go check them out on here as well. Incredible person to buy from. I've bought from them numerous times. That's actually how I met KittenCatAubrey, is just from buying from them, and they were so sweet and so kind and just how they are as a human being. So I decided to send like a thank you note, and we're talking, and now we're Discord friends, and now we're working together on videos, and we've met other people, so it's just been an incredible experience. So very, very thrilled to be working with them. Normally in these videos, I go through the entire market, and I will talk about everything modern and this and that, and I just did that 2 days ago. Things haven't really changed that much, so I'm not going to do that again. But what I wanted to focus on is something a little bit different. Before I touch on that, I do have one piece of modern news, and I have to give credit where credit is due. So let's click over to Brilliant Stars. It is confirmed. There is a Brilliant Stars reprint occurring. I want to say Eli, the gentleman at Pokemart USA, the only reason why I got this information from this video right here, reprint confirmed. He posted this 14 hours ago. I watched it almost immediately, and now I'm telling you folks, because, and I give him 100% credit, I didn't hear this anywhere else. And he said that I think he's getting the box, he's getting his shipment sent out to him next Monday. So by next Friday, we should technically have wave 3 of booster boxes of Brilliant Stars. So do not buy them at that 140, 150, that price they've been bumping up to. Hold off, like we've been saying, hold off. I didn't think the reprint was going to come this quickly, but hold off. And yeah, that should start to slow down. Let's check out the booster box price right now. And even now, look at that, the reprint was announced, and you already see a nice little downtick. So let's just check it out. Okay, we got some for one. Nope, that's still those loose packs. But let's keep an eye on this booster box on our next episodes. So I mentioned this briefly once before, and I wanted to do a showcase of a specific card. So we're not going to just look at a set. We're going to focus on I guess a card is a bad way to say it, a specific Pokemon and all of their cards from every set. So what I've done is I chose 3 Pokemon today, 3 of my favorites, and I'm going to just, at times, I'm looking through sets, and then other times I'll just look up a card and just see what is out there, because I've missed so much over my break. I took basically a 20-year break in Pokemon, 18 to be exact, but so I missed a lot of stuff. So the first card that I ever actually really did this with, and kind of like did a deep dive, I mentioned it in one of my videos. If you guys have been watching for a while, you will have heard me mention Lapras. I was like, let me just look up all these Lapras cards. And I have a few of these. I'll showcase them if I haven't already on my other videos. But I just thought it'd be kind of cool to go back and check out from high to low what Lapras cards are out there. And why did I choose Lapras? Well, at first it was because we got in Brilliant, and it's so weird that I'm starting with this card. We got in Brilliant Stars this card right here. And I was like, that's like a really cool, and I think I may have mentioned this on one of these episodes before, it's just an interesting Lapras art. You never really see it like that under the water with its head down, almost like a long neck turtle. Like it looks very turtle-esque in this, like not, what is it, turtle, tortoise, I forget which one's in the sea. The one that's in the sea, with the fins and all that. So this looks a lot like that. And then I got to looking, and I was like, man, these Lapras cards they're all pretty, here, I'm going to actually increase the size of my screen just so you folks can see the artwork a little bit easier. So let's just like look at some of these faces, I guess you can say. Like, look at the face on Lapras. it's just very, it's always got a different interesting pose. It's either, it always looks somewhat menacing, okay, which is weird, because Lapras you would think would be kind of like a sweet Pokemon. It's just big and maybe kind, but when you actually look at it, it never really looks like it's up to any good. Like, look at this picture right here. Look at this Lapras right here. Like, this Lapras is not up to any good. So he just stole someone's beach ball. I think that's hilarious. And these are all really cheap cards too. So I might start getting a bunch of bunch of the Lapras cards. And honestly, one thing that I like about this too, I guess one of the first cards I ever really did this with was Charizard. And you see how many Charizards are out there, and they're all so expensive. I was just curious. I'm like, all right, well, what else is out there aside from the base set? Because I didn't really know. And then when I did it with other cards, I noticed that the most expensive Lapras card is just, it's the fossil. Probably like let's see what near mint. I'm gonna have to go back down to regular size to check it out. But I'll increase the size again because I think that it's actually a lot easier to look at the cards for when you're trying to look at multiple cards specific for the artwork and this and that. You can get a near mint first edition holofoil Lapras for $80 plus shipping. It's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal. I mean, this is one of, if not the best cards in the fossil set. I'm not planning on jumping into too many sets, guys, and I know this is one of the first times I'm doing an actual deep dive into vintage, but I've done this before off camera, so I kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to fossil. But Lapras is the only, it's the third highest card, but Dragonite's the first. Then I kind of forgot about Gengar. Honestly, I forgot Gengar was the second. But Lapras being the third is kind of crazy that it's the third most expensive, and you can get it for $83 ship. It's a pretty good deal. Let's check out this one. It's got a picture of it. I mean, takes me back, folks. That's incredible. Even just look at this card, the original Lapras. It's just like screaming for no reason. It's one of the few cards too of the OGs that actually kind of has a bit of a scene to it, where it's not in the water, but it kind of looks like it's on top of water. You can kind of see mountains in the background. All right, not bad. But I mean, this card is incredible. So I was just so thrilled to, once again, I've mentioned before, fossil set was really cool. It completed the original 151, and then just to finally see that character, which was a cool Pokemon, we all enjoyed it back in the day. So I just thought it'd be cool to check out some of these other ones. All these artworks too are so crazy. This is my Southern Islands Lapras. Let's go. The only time you ever see it looking like, chill, reasonable. You got the little Dratini in the background, absolutely perfect. Let's see how much this goes for at near mint. And the reason why I kind of mentioned earlier long term is because we're not really looking at a lot of these cards in terms of how is the market moving today. If you look at the sale history, you don't really get a ton of these being sold in general, let alone in near mint. Last near mint was sold, what was that? Was that here for $25? That's about what we're seeing here, $25. But I say long term because maybe you didn't know you liked this card, and this card is not a great image of this card. This is not something that I plan on doing, but for some cards specifically, you really need to see what the card looks like in physical, because that reverse holo pattern is much nicer on the actual card than it is on the web image there. Is this not reverse holo? This is not a reverse holo card? Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe that's why it's so cheap. Got it. Because I only have those two that you've seen so far, and then a couple more coming in, but of the Southern Islands that are reverse holo. So I don't know why I thought they all were. Huh, okay, so I guess, because there's only 18 cards in the Southern Islands set, so that's why I thought they were all reverse holo. Interesting. I guess only those. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My bad. I'm learning on the go. I just kind of thought they all would have been. Small set. Makes sense. You don't have every card be a holographic, especially back in the day. This is a 2003 set, I want to say. This is one of my favorite cards from that set. I know I'm getting off on a bit of a tangent here, but this is one of the ones that I want to add to my collection sooner than later. But yeah, some of these older cards, you just never know when they're going to jump in price, when that set's going to become popular, or this or that. All it takes is for one of those bigger PokeTubers to mention the set, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, those are really cool cards, let me get into that. So that was good. I was wrong, and I got to learn in front of y'all just what this card actually does look like. So that actually is a relatively close image. That's a prequel to one of my shoutouts. Shout out to Pokemon Father and Son. I was gonna shout them out between the cards, but we're kind of between the cards anyway, because you guys, like, go check them out. Go check them out on your own time. Like, just look at all these. Okay, I gotta look at a few more. Like, all the artwork on these are just so different and so incredible. I like this one a lot, Lapras V. Like, Lapras V's really got something going on right here. Like, we cannot see its lunch, but it is about to start chomping down on something. This is a really cool Pokemon that always seems to get really awesome artwork. Now, this is the least threatening Lapras by, no, it's still a little menacing. Look at its face. It's always got that look in its eye, except for the Southern Islands version. That's really cool. Very big fan of Lapras, and I think that this is a really cool Pokemon to maybe, I don't know what people call it, but if you want to collect, say, like just collect Lapras cards, or if you want to collect like a master set of a particular Pokemon, because getting a master set of a set is kind of a lot, and for me personally, like, I don't really love every card in the set, so I don't know why. I mean, if you love every card in the set, or if you love the idea of completion, I guess go master set, but for me, I love the idea of just collecting cards that I like, and I do like certain Pokemon, and I could deal with maybe a card or two here that I didn't love as much, as long as it featured a Pokemon that I liked. Where some Pokemon I just don't like, and the artwork I don't like, so it's like I don't really want to have the card even in general. It's always going to be bulk. Look at this sunset. This is gorgeous. Man, is it holofoil? Reverse holo? Does this come in regular holofoil? Only reverse. I would love to see a holographic variant of this background, but nevertheless, really gorgeous card. So let's, I guess, skip out of Lapras. I've got a couple more cards to get through, and I don't want this to be a longer video, honestly. So like I was mentioning there, my second shout out, Pokemon Father and Son, go check them out. By the time you see this video, it'll either be the day before, or it'll be Nathan's birthday. His birthday is on the 22nd. It's Thursday today, the 21st. His birthday's on the 22nd, so happy birthday, Nathan, if you're watching this. And everyone go check out their channel. They do openings, they do giveaways. They had a really dope mail day, actually, so check out this last video especially. But I mean, check them all out, but this last one, Tim showcased a lot of cards. The father, Tim, Nathan the son, just like we got the mother-daughter combo, so go check them out. And yeah, I would say that he got some, I'm not gonna spoil it. Actually, go check out the video. But him and I have similar tastes, because he actually, I believe, stuck with it through the whole time, whereas I had to take my my break. But I like what he does, and I really like his style as well. So go check them out. Scyther, that's my second card. So I always loved Scyther as a kid. I'm gonna go off on a bit of a tangent here while I scroll through some of these cards at my higher definition. But I don't like Scyther. I really don't like Scyther. Like, this is one of my hot takes in Pokemon. Like, because you got Scyther, he's got these big, blades, and he's super cool. And then Scyther just has like crabs or whatever, and he looks like a big crab, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like the direction that they took with it. I actually really like Cleavor a lot from Legends Arceus. I think that is a super cool Pokemon. It's so much more true to the form with the big, they're like almost big dull blades, but to me they're at least so much more close to the, like, Scyther could have gone in so many more directions for an evolutionary, and with the name like Scyther, it could have been really cool. And I'm really not a fan of Clompor, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it is really just, I'll get off of that so we can get onto these cool cards, because at least it's like they did it perfect. So they're like, all right, listen, we got Scyther, you got the one with the blades, it's perfect. The only reason why I wanted the evolution to also kind of follow this trend is because it just wasn't very strong in the games. Bug Pokemon were never very strong. Grass Pokemon are weak to fire, so it's always been a tough day. But these artworks, though, These artworks, I think one of the first times I was like, oh man, they got these was when I started seeing some of the league promos. The first place with the stamp. This looks, clearly it's reverse hollow. Oh, that is a pretty sweet card. The Rocket returns, Team Rocket returns cards are always beautiful, always good looking. I want to get, this is a card that you'd have to see in person. Have never seen it in person, but I can already tell from the amount of times that I've seen cards on the camera versus in person that this one is just going to pop in person. Rocket Scyther. Do I have Rocket Scyther? I might have Rocket Scyther. I'm not sure. But because I get a bunch of stuff to showcase in the videos, you know, in my mail day, and then I don't really go through it and look at it a lot because it's made for the video, or I get it for the video. So I kind of forget. I'll briefly look at it just to confirm that I actually get the card after not getting some cards. So yeah, I just kind of catalog it and then go from there. So now these artworks are a little more basic, especially because you do have the same first one printed a lot. To me, I'm always going to love this. Always my first one. This to me is going to be the second Scyther that I've ever seen. Very cool card. Now this card makes sense. This Pokemon makes sense to look menacing. It's a bug that has knives for hands. I don't know what else you're looking for. I'm a big fan. I think that I like that it's metal in the second variant. You know, I like that it got that, but it looks less metal as Scyther. Now let's get down to some of these cooler artworks. Flying in is, I would say, Scyther in its best form. Like this Rockets card is cool because of the holographic and because how they did holographic all over the card. Holographic border. I mean, incredible stuff. Like I don't know why we don't get this anymore. Holographic border, and then you get color holographic in the border too, whereas this one's a little more dull. This is like really popping here. So really love that. But then you get these beautiful flying ones, and I really love that some of these cards aren't that expensive. This is a promo card? This is a WotC promo card. I never knew that. Okay, cool. So some of these I'm definitely going to be looking to pick up. Now that's a really cool pose. Look at the artwork on this one. I never even noticed this. I haven't gone through these a lot. Scyther was actually a new one. I was going to do a different Pokemon, and then I switched it up for Scyther because I wanted to change things up a little bit. Things are all, they're in a similar category, but yeah, I was definitely more interested in just doing some of my favorites, some of the ones that I'd want to look into. I got some special episodes planned that feature some of my more favorite Pokemon, and Scyther is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon. I like way more than Lapras, and I like Lapras a lot, but Scyther was truly one of my favorites growing up. So that's really cool. We got Neo Discovery cutting the grass. I need one of these Scyther right now. My lawn's getting long. It's springtime, and that's one of my least favorite chores in the world. This one's kind of interesting. I don't know what he's really cutting, but you got the leaves flying around him. I love the colors on this one. Very cool. That's why I like this one a lot too. The colors are just so different, and it looks really weird too, like almost a little furry, like a little grasshoppery. Is Scyther furry? You know how like moths are kind of like furry? So yeah, just that where normally it looks like an armor type thing. So yeah, very interesting rendition of Scyther there. This one is very awesome too with the color, and it's a very Gen 1 type pose like Scyther, whereas this one here is more of a, look at its face, he looks more like a dragon in this one. Some of these interpretations of Scyther are just really incredible. Man, like I could see Scyther as, see now imagine if Scyther got the, okay, same Pokemon, same exact Pokemon, but instead of it being green and saying leaf, it was metal or dragon. Like this Pokemon would immediately just be top tier, and in my mind it already is top tier, but then everyone else would be like, oh yeah, that's incredible, Scyther, everyone loves Scyther. I think that gotta give it some treatment, upgrade it a little bit, maybe give it a third evolution, dragon type, metal dragon. And these last few are just incredible as well. So glad that you can get cards that are this cool for under $1, you know, with shipping and all this and that. So my last shout out was actually just myself. Come check out my giveaways that I've got going right now. I've got a free card giveaway 16, free card giveaway 15, and we've got our Discord giveaway going as well. So just click the link in the description, join our Discord. All you gotta do is make one post in the Discord chat itself. We're doing that every month. It's for 4 packs. We do a whole choose your pack kind of thing, pick your pack. Check out episode 16 for all the details on my giveaways, but I just wanted to mention that at some point in this video before I get off on my very last Pokemon of the day. We got Aerodactyl. I have always been a massive Aerodactyl fan. I know these are all Gen 1, but I'm old school when it comes to Pokemon, so you're going to have to forgive me on that. A lot of my favorites are going to be a lot of the Gen 1, Gen 2 Pokemon. Like even Gen 3, I still forget a bunch of them. When I learned that they're Gen 3, I'm like, that's Gen 3? Man, I thought that would have been 4 or 5 at least, or at the most. So, no, I guess it'd be at least. Anyway, Aerodactyl's another one of those that, okay, now, they did my boy Aerodactyl dirty. They did Aerodactyl real dirty, and here's why. There's only 23 Aerodactyl cards. That's another reason why I wanted to do this. I realized that some of these cards, like, I'm not gonna do it right now, but if you type in Pikachu V and you look up just the cards, there's like over 20 Pikachu. I think there's more Pikachu V cards than there are Aerodactyl cards. So it's just insanity. I've always thought Aerodactyl was a really cool Pokemon. I know they gave it like a Mega Evolution at one point, but it never got like a true evolution. Really underrated Pokemon. I am like sorry to say that I even kind of like forgot about Aerodactyl coming back, because like I knew that it was Aerodactyl, and I just kind of assumed that there'd be more. And then I look and when I say forgot, I guess I more mean to say I never realized that I was never looking at random Aerodactyls, like the way that we get random Gengars and random Lapras and this and that. And even then, there weren't a ton of those cards either. But you don't really get random Aerodactyl that much. I was kind of taken aback when I saw this card here, Aerodactyl GX. I'm like, oh, that's a cool Aerodactyl. And then I was like, wait a minute. That's the newest looking Aerodactyl I've seen. And I'm not really 100%. There's no way to filter this by like date. I wish there was. That would help me learn what's come out when. But from my knowledge, I'm pretty sure GX, Unified Mind, Sun and Moon, is the most recent set I'm looking at. There's only one page for Aerodactyls here. So I'm pretty sure this is the newest Aerodactyl. So you can play it in Expanded. I guess you can play EX and Expanded as well. But we haven't had much Aerodactyl. What's going on with my oh man, this is one of my favorites. So interesting take as well, interesting hot take. When I was a kid, and even to this day a little bit, like right now the nostalgia of it is always gonna make me like anything from being younger, but as a kid I did not like this card. I did not like this artwork. I didn't like that this was the very first Aerodactyl card that we ever got. I just didn't like the perspective. I didn't like the wide mouth jaw. I didn't like that it wasn't really doing anything. This is kind of what I meant when I was talking about how the Lapras card, about how it actually looked kind of like it was in a scene that it made sense in. Like this one's kind of like in the jungle, this and that. Like the way we get art with our holographics these days is, you know, amazing. It's unfortunate. See, if you look at the holographic pattern, we had the pattern back in the day. That was some yes. The pattern, like right now, that vertical one, no, that is not it. That is not it. That is, I don't want to say trash, but in terms of effort, it's pretty low tier. I'm going to say it's probably one of the worst that I've seen. I don't know why the promos are the only ones that get kind of okay, because I don't think you can even get a swirl. No, you can't even get swirls in our little line pattern, so it takes half the fun out of the holo. The holo is, I'm not saying looking for swirls is half the fun, I guess that's more like 10%, but just looking at the card and having it look kind of different in different angles, whereas right now, like, all you really get is a little shimmer and a slight color change, but you get that anyway with this. So long-winded way of saying the old holographic, back in my day everything was better, but at the very least these foils were better imagery. I'll give them the quality. Right now these cards are way better in terms of like scratchability. Like these cards, you look at them the wrong way, they scratch all over the place. The borders get all scratched, and you can like see the holo through it. It'll chip away, the yellow will chip away, and you can see holographic underneath it. It's pretty unfortunate, but that was the quality control back in the day. Not control, but that was just the method, I guess. That was the technology that we had. So a bunch of Aerodactyl cards that I would love to pick up, honestly. I mean, they're all pretty much fantastic except for the first one, really. So the best one that's on screen now, obviously this one here. I mean, really not really, but it's perfect. It's basic. And like, look what it is, where it is. It's in a cave. It's probably under the ground. Kind of like when we first saw Aerodactyl in the anime. I'm sure at least some of y'all have seen season 1 of Pokemon. That's actually the only one that I've ever seen, but that's where you see it, in a nice cave-like setting. This one here is very cool, like the Scyther, only because of the holographic border. So I'm very big on that, especially the e-reader ones with the border, because that means you get extra border, extra hollow around the edge there. This one's very cool, just swooping down. Like, even if you could have gotten this, I think this artwork for this would have been just perfect. Perfect. A little more purple. Kind of interesting how it started off gray. I think this is like a shiny one, or is this just in the dark? So gray, purple, purple. Same, what would you say here? Is this a remake in any way, shape, or form? I guess not, but it is taking the exact same pose. Oh, I guess the tail is in a different perspective. Okay. Interesting. Nice rainbow of the GX. Ooh, flying above the mountains. I like that. I do have the Delta species. I wish this was one of the holographic nicer Delta species. Even when they made it in Delta species, they didn't make it like one of those nice cards. Not a huge fan of the EX, and the EX have a lot of really nice cards. It, just from this angle, it really looks like a gray Charizard. The text is blocking too much of the body to be able to see that he's not a fat boy, and it just ends up looking more like a gray Charizard. So I think overall, this may be one of the first master set things that I would try to complete, because it is so easy. I mean, I don't even, you can't count these. They just have Aerodactyl in the name. That's why they show up when you type in, that. But so for really, of the 23 cards, only 21 of them are Pokemon. So that's a pretty easy master set to get. I mean, this isn't even it's a trainer card, but at least it has Aerodactyl on the card. So is that Mega something Aerodactyl? Because that doesn't look like normal Aerodactyl. It's got to be like some Mega, right? Where's the Mega one? Right here? Yeah. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. They got to bring back Megas just so we can get more Aerodactyl. But I think I'm going to... Okay, I'm just going to check out the... how much is the most expensive Aerodactyl? Like, if you want to get first edition near mint Aerodactyl, how much you got to spend? Because I think that's one of the best parts. Look... Wait, no way. Are you... Okay, see, sometimes people do this. I don't know what some people think first edition means, but I've seen a lot of people do this, where they'll post pictures and they're like, here's my first edition Aerodactyl, and it's like, that's not a first edition, because that doesn't have that, and we're going to be needing that. So let's check out this person. Maybe they know what to look for. First edition Aerodactyl holographic. You can get this for, what was he selling it for? Card Shack. They got it for 45 bucks. It's a pretty sweet deal. You can get the one of the... Wait a minute. So that was the most expensive one. So how much is this one? This one looks gorgeous. And that one's only 45, and there's no way. This one's got to be a little more. Let's go near mint. Okay, yeah, a little more. No sales, but it looks like a great card. When they provide pictures, I'm almost willing to take the risk. I've done that a few times, and I have not been burned yet. If they show me pictures, like, that's a pretty decent scratch there. Still, it's an older card. What can you expect? Oh, dent in the corner there. Nah, I would pass on this card, but I would still consider... You can get the top 2 Aerodactyls for under 100 bucks. That's pretty sweet. And then you get the pre-release. You can get a pre-release first edition? No way. They're all first edition? That's incredible. Why is the pre-release with the stamp less? You could get the pre-release and the Sandstorm for like under $1.50. Okay, so see, Aerodactyl's a great value card too. That's my point. And then you got these other like this is a beautiful holographic as well. When you get back into things like Legend Maker, I'm not sure what this set is, but let's just check Legend Maker high to low. See, look at some of these cards we're looking at. Look at some of these cards. This is insanity. Like, I check older sets often enough to know that these prices are pretty crazy. And then you get all the way down here to Aerodactyl. That's a great deal. Like, Aerodactyl is no worse than our Lapras here. Then so, okay, but that's a bad example. But like Dustox, no. Flygon, whatever, not worth the money. I mean, Arcanine's a great Pokemon, but not for this price. You're gonna end up paying closer to this for near mint, whereas this one here is like what for near mint? Probably 20 bucks. $10. So Aerodactyl is a great value card. Yeah, I hope you folks enjoyed, and let me know what you would like to, which Pokemon you want me to feature next time. I'm probably going to still do the ones that I like the most, but maybe I'll include either an extra, or I will do one of the three, something that got, say, the most requests, cumulative. But let me know what you folks are into. I'm trying to do more of the less of the Pikachu, less of the Charizard, less of the everything, that less of the Mewtwo's, less of everything that gets, like the Mewtwo's will definitely be a day, because those always have incredible artwork, but just something that doesn't get featured quite as often. In the same way that I like the middle evolutions, that'd be a great one, you know, to do any middle evolution, because they just don't get that love often enough. I think that doing something like this for our lesser known cards is a really cool way to check out older sets, newer sets, and just cool Pokemon. So let me know which ones you want to see next time, and I'll see you all soon. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.